So you've probably most definitely already seen a video like this, and to be honest, this one isn't going to be inherently different. I feel because I am somewhat connected to the Attack on Titan community, at least on the manga side, with how much time, effort, and appreciation I've put into talking about this beloved series, and something that's rather close to my heart. I felt it was only right to at least talk about this situation, and even if it's only a little, spread a bit more awareness. Attack on Titan as a manga and as an anime are two entirely different things. The thing they share in common is that the experience between them is absolutely unparalleled. The enjoyment, the experience, the anticipation, everything about Attack on Titan within either medium is such an enjoyable thing to witness. It's incredible. And because of this, it's built such a massive legacy for itself, one that a lot of people consider is going towards being a modern classic or has already achieved that status. Regardless of where you put Attack on Titan, the legacy that it's built for itself, the name, the title, and where it sits even now and after its conclusion is going to be very high at the top. It's going to be a name that people remember for a very long time. The thing is that the anime and the manga has built different legacies, in my opinion. They hold different titles, and as much as they're rather similar, the reception is entirely different between them, which is usually a common thing between manga and anime adaptations. But because both of them are so massive, are so extremely well received, have an extremely large fan base that continues to grow every single day, there's going to be toxicity within it. There's going to be general hatred and disappointment and things that a lot of people don't like about them. Not liking certain things within Attack on Titan, hell, not even liking Attack on Titan is perfectly alright. If it's not your cup of tea, if you don't enjoy it, if you think it's the worst thing on earth, that's entirely up to you, that's perfectly fine. But for some reason, a percentage of people, an increasingly alarming large amount that is growing, is starting to become a lot more vocal with their disappointment, a lot more vocal with their hatred, a lot more vocal with their toxicity. And to me, I think it stems from the idea that both the Attack on Titan manga and the Attack on Titan anime has built such a massive legacy. So people's anticipation, their expectation, and the level of hype that they build for themselves isn't necessarily warranted or met. This is not Attack on Titan's fault. This is not Hajime Isayama's fault. This is not the anime or the manga's fault. This is your fault. If you are a reader or a watcher or someone that enjoys any sort of entertainment, you should know or have experienced that if you build up your own expectations continuously, if you build up your own hype continuously, there is no level to stop it. It just continues to grow till it becomes something that is completely unfathomable, something that isn't warranted, something that doesn't make sense. You can do this with basically anything, and it's such a common and consistent thing. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing, as usually by the end of the day, people count their losses. They reflect on themselves and thinking that that was a really silly idea to build up that level of expectation for something that may not have ever met it. And the person they blame is themselves, which is how it should be. Now, obviously this state varies between different things, but something that is consistent is the level of hype and expectation and how these specific things don't meet those standards of what people set. Attack on Titan's anime may have very well set a very high standard, but it has not dropped it. It has not devalued the whole narrative. It has not devalued any of its characters. Season 4 has been an incredible experience. I can understand people not enjoying it, maybe not enjoying how much information they're bringing across, or the perspective or the narrative that they're trying to play, or even the music choice. But saying that Studio Mappa is destroying the legacy that Attack on Titan upheld for 3 seasons is somewhat perspective-based. Wherever you sit with what you think Attack on Titan is doing does not give you the right or the warrant to go and spread such vile and disgusting toxicity to the hardworking people that are bringing this to life. Just because your own level of expectation or hype wasn't met doesn't give you the right to continuously spread that toxicity, to harass and send death threats to the individuals working on productions like this, because this has a massive ripple effect. Anyone would take this personally, especially when you go after them personally, whether it be their Twitter account or their social profiles, and all because you don't enjoy or like specific bits and pieces from Attack on Titan Season 4. The craziest one that I seen were people losing their mind over a song choice. Now let me make this clear, it's It's okay to dislike things. It's okay to express that you dislike things. It's okay to engage in arguments and conversations about disliking those said things. But at any moment, if you actually ever think about sending hateful messages or death threats or any sort of vile nonsense to the people directly involved within this production, take a moment to step back and look at yourself and most likely get off the internet. You have taken this too seriously. You have blown it completely out of proportion. Don't fall down that rabbit hole. Not only are you belittling other people that are working so hard to bring this incredible story to life at such a standard against all the odds, you're also putting yourself down. You're just engaging in such negativity, and if you surround yourself with that constantly, you just become another one of those internet weirdos that parade around threatening everyone, that feel like they have the right to go to people directly and send death threats. It's a disgusting behavior, and when it's over such small things like a song choice that you don't like or CGI not being as good as you want it to be, it makes you look even worse. This has somewhat torn the Attack on Titan community. There's a lot of people that are outside the community that are looking in kind of like, I don't want to be a part of that. And it's not even to say that these people are even fans of Attack on Titan, but I feel like any fan would realize that this is not a good thing. At least you would expect or hope that they would realize that this isn't a good thing and you shouldn't be doing this. Don't attack people. Don't attack Studio Mappa. Don't attack the hardworking people bringing this manga to life. Even if your own self-centered, selfish level of expectation and hype isn't met, don't spread that outwards. Be like everyone else. Either converse respectfully, if possible, with people regarding your grievances, or just keep it to yourself. It's really not a big deal. When you throw it at other people, that's when you create bigger problems. That's when a ripple effect starts to come in, and all over CGI, all over a song choice. If this small amount is what it takes for people to go in tunnel vision onto Studio Mappa, I only fear for the worst for the rest of the season. For the massive things that will take place within the Attack on Titans anime, the things that have to be shown, the things that have to be played upon. For manga readers, you know exactly what I'm talking about and how they translate that to anime. At this rate, the Attack on Titan community is going to lose its mind. Studio Mappa is already under an extreme amount of pressure, not only just taking on this title alone with the legacy and the name that it's built over the years, but also the amount of time they have to bring it to life. The animation industry is absolutely grueling and toxic in itself. It's heavily driven by corpo greed and trying to make the quickest or biggest amount of money as possible. The sad part about it is, unfortunately, that's business. So as much as I want to praise Studio Mappa for bringing Attack on Titan to life, I don't want to glorify what they're doing. They've had a very small amount of time to work on this show, and what they've managed to achieve is absolutely beautiful. So I praise the hardworking people that work for Studio Mappa, that get outsourced or freelancers or whoever has touched Attack on Titan in some sort of creative way to help bring it to life. Not the corporate side. I want to thank you directly, the individuals working on this. Learn to take your losses if you don't enjoy something. Keep it to yourself. It should be obvious, but don't harass or send death threats or be a vile individual towards these people. You make yourself look really bad, but you also make the Attack on Titan community look really bad. Grow up. For those of you who either want to help or feel like you need to do something, just continue doing what you can. If you see someone being toxic on some sort of social media platform to these individuals that are working hard on Attack on Titan, report them. Report them for harassment or bullying or whatever the options are there. That's the only thing you realistically can do. Don't engage in a conversation with them. These are not people you want to talk to or try and convince otherwise. They feed off stuff like this. And of course, spread your support to the people directly involved in the creation of the final season. And I'm not talking about Studio Mappa. I'm not talking about the corporate side that has pushed these animators beyond belief. I'm talking about the individual people that are getting attacked. It's not a hashtag thank you Mappa. It's a go to these pages and these people and thank them. It's not something you have to do. But if you feel obligated and you want to help out in whatever way, that's the best way to do it. Just a simple thank you, which is what a lot of people have been doing. And it's really great to see. This video is already too long. I apologize. I've talked and rambled on for God knows how long now. I wish the best for the people that are working on Attack on Titan Season 4, and hopefully it doesn't get worse. At the end of the day, you have our support.